Remember, you can stay interactive with us. It's news on TV3 on our Facebook page. We begin from the Labour Front, and the unending strikes are still on. The Coalition of Concerned Teachers Association has activated an industrial action over the outstanding areas. And my colleague Evans Inkum is coming to us live from the Ashanti region, precisely at Sem Cluster of Schools, looking at the impact of a strike on academic work.
All right, a very good afternoon to you, Nana Priya. Well, this afternoon we're coming to you live from Asem Cluster of Schools here in the Kumasi Metropolis. And as you know already, or you may have heard, the Coalition of Concerned Teachers are on strike. This is the second time the group is actually striking over what they claim to be an outstanding arrears. And very soon we'll be speaking to the communication director of the group to tell us what are actually or is their pressing concern. But we haven't seen much of the effect as far as this whole action is concerned. As you can see, there's a teacher in the class. I'm told that this is where you have a chunk of their members here. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Well, so you can see classes is actually going on here as far as this very institution is concerned. I'm told that this is where you can find a chunk of the members of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers here. So, like I said earlier, we'll be speaking to the communication director of this group to find out their present concern. But moving from one classroom to the other world, there's no teacher here. As you can see, the pupils are actually doing their own thing, and it's actually tells you or give you an apparent picture as to how this whole thing is affecting academic work here. But from one class, we saw a teacher there. Well, there's another teacher here, and she's also going about her duties here. A very good afternoon to you, madam. Well, she doesn't want to speak, but let me speak to the communication director of the group to find out from him what their main concern is all about. Ken Ali is the communication director of the Coalition of Concerned Teachers. We've moved to some classes. It appears that your strike action is much ado about nothing because classes is still ongoing.
Oh, that is not the case. The strike action was declared today. And as it is, when strike actions are declared, on the day that it is declared, it is very difficult for it to take full force. It is very difficult for it to take full force that particular day. Whatever be the case, you will see that there are some of the classes that the teacher did not come. From tomorrow onwards up to Monday, you will come here, you realize that the schools will be totally closed.
Okay. Now, this time around, what are your main concerns now?
Our main concerns are these. In March this year, when we went on strike, the issues that led to that strike are the same issues that are prevailing up to today. What are the issues? The non-payment of incremental credit arrears, the non-payment of car maintenance arrears, the non-negotiation of category 2 and 3 allowances, the fact that the National Pension Regulatory Authority is failing to make sure that the occupational pension scheme see the light of day. My brother, for 3 years now, 5% of the salaries of every GES worker is being deducted, but we don't even know where the money goes. In 2015, when teachers go on pension, they are supposed to go and make claims. Where do they go to make the claim? Meanwhile, the GES and the labor unions have formed the board of trustees. The account has been opened at Prudential Bank, and the controller deducts the money, but we don't know where the money goes. In August and September, they were supposed to pay to us the 2 years arrears of the incremental credit. It has not been done. In June, they were supposed to pay the 3 years of the car maintenance allowance. It has not been done. If your common capitation grant and teaching and learning material does not go to school on time, the teaching and learning materials will go, but it will come in the middle of the term. So what do we use to work at the beginning of the term? Coalition of Concerned Teachers, our motto is quality education, our concern, and therefore we will not only be thinking about the welfare of the teacher, we are also thinking about things that will make quality education in this country to be better. If school reopen and chalk doesn't come, and the chalk comes in about a month or two later, and that we are not able to teach, and the students go to write exam and they fail, then the various bodies involved will come and then insult and bastardize teachers. These are the issues that we are raising. We have seen a manner of understanding. For certain money to be paid, it has not been paid. For certain things to be negotiated for, it has not been done. And the president promised us in March that all these things will be done. We have pushed the authorities to the wall. We have pushed them. We have sent so many letters upon letters upon letters to all the institutions that are concerned, and none of them seem to be listening to us. Hence, where we are today.
All right, but have you used the right channel to let your concerns reach to the authorities who are supposed to act on whatever you are putting across?
Yes, we have used every channel that we are supposed to. For example, 3 weeks ago, we wrote a letter to the Labour Commission, to the Minister of Education, to the Director General of Education Service, to the Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, and so many other institutions that have something to say about education. And then we told them that from March till now, a lot of time has elapsed. We are giving them maximum 2 weeks. If nothing is done, we may go on strike. The 2 weeks elapsed and still nothing was done. Then we sent a follow-up letter that we are giving 1 more week. If still nothing is done, we may go on strike. Then that 1 week elapsed yesterday and still nothing was done. Hence the strike action that has been declared today. So I'm using this medium to tell all teachers across this country that henceforth tomorrow, nobody should go to school. They should put their tools down. Let us strike until we get what we want.
All right, so we have been speaking to Kenali. He is the National Communication Director of. We will be following this story with keen interest. We have limited time, but as you can see from the background, it's a fanfare for these people. Well, they don't know what they are losing, but the bottom line is that, well, in some of the classes, as we saw earlier, there were teachers there, but some classes have no teachers. And we will be continuing with this story with keen interest. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be speaking to a number of the executives here in our subsequent bulletin as far as this whole thing is concerned. So from ASEM cluster of schools, my name is William Evans Inkum. Over to you, studios.
Thank you so much, Evans Inkum, with that updates from ASEM cluster of schools, looking at the impact of the strike on academic work. That is the Coalition of Concerned Teachers Association, who have activated an industrial action over the outstanding areas. And it looks like in the Ashanti region, it has not really taken full force yet, but it is still enough.